Opening scene, low cinematic music. Slow pans over shadowed city streets at night, the faint glow of street lamps in rain. There is a truth about men that only reveals itself in absence. Not in the fire of arguments, nor in the intoxication of closeness, but in the hollow spaces you leave behind. When a woman walks away, something ancient is stirred in him. Something his ego swore would never surface. It is the collapse of the mask. The moment when his outer bravado meets the trembling figure of his own shadow. Men in their architecture carry the animus, the internal structure of will, conquest, and pride. Yet behind the facade lies the child self, still tethered to unhealed wounds. Carl Jung knew this. Every man is haunted by the woman who forces him to meet himself. He will not say this aloud, but the one who leaves without bitterness, without ceremony, becomes the ghost that moves through his dreams. The unresolved chapter he reads over and over in silence. You think he forgets quickly. He does not. He buries, and burial is not the same as release. Your absence becomes a mirror in which his ego fractures, forcing him into the labyrinth of his own mind. There he confronts the archetype of the abandoned king, a ruler without a kingdom, a man stripped of the feminine presence that once reflected his worth back to him. A woman's departure is not merely a romantic loss to a man, it is a symbolic death. It challenges the masculine myth that love can be taken for granted. In the stillness you leave behind, he will hear the echo of every moment he looked away, every time he thought your presence was permanent. This is when the shadow begins its slow, merciless work. When she walks away with quiet dignity, without the scream of closure or the spectacle of revenge, she becomes the archetype of the untouchable muse. He will remember the softness of her voice, the subtle gravity of her presence, the way her silence carried more weight than her words ever did. Men are not undone by chaos. They are undone by the silence they cannot fill. And here is the cruel truth he will never confess. The more he tries to replace her, the more each reflection of her in other faces feels like an imitation. This is the Jungian projection in its rawest form, the endless search for the anima he once held, the futile attempt to find in others the woman who once walked away. You, listening now, may think this power is about control. It is not. It is about sovereignty. AP who can walk away as a woman who refuses to be a mirror for a man's undeveloped self. Her departure is not punishment. It is an act of individuation. For him and for her. In this separation, both are forced to stand without leaning on the other's reflection. And this is the darkest truth of all. Love often begins in longing, but it is reborn in loss.